Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday. We're at the end of the month coming with the 28th. All right. I've been reading Hebrews. I've been reading it in my other Bible, but this Bible down here is the Yahuwah Bible. And it's a little bit challenging. But I'm gonna go ahead and start. I'm in Hebrews 4. 1. It says, "Let us therefore fear, lest a promise being," I got to follow the line, "left us of entering into his rest. And any of you should seem to come short of it. For unto us was the gospel preached as well as unto them. But the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it." 4:3 says, "For we which have believed do enter into rest, as he said, as I have sworn in my wrath, if they shall enter into my rest, although the works were finished from the foundation of the world. For he spake in a certain place of the seventh day on this wise, and Yah did rest the seventh day from all his works. And in this place again, if they shall enter into my rest, seeing therefore it remaineth that some must enter therein, and they to whom it was first preached," hold on, "enter not." So it says they whom it was first preached, they enter not. Okay. And they enter not in because of unbelief. He's talking about when the children of Israel, and when they was in, the wilderness, they didn't have belief. They had unbelief. Even though they was hearing, the word, they were hearing Moses, but they saw the miracles and signs and wonders. I don't mean to stop, but it just gets so good. They were seeing all this and they still had unbelief. Today, we don't see all that, but we believe. We didn't see all those miracles and signs and wonders, opening up the Red Sea, putting out all them plagues and all this, that, or the other. We didn't see that, but we still believe. And again, he limited a certain day, saying in David, today, after so long a time, as it is said, today, if ye will hear his voice, harden not your hearts. For if Yahshua had given them rest, then, would he not afterward have spoken another day? There remaineth therefore a rest to the people of Yah. For he that is entered into his rest, he also had ceased from his own works. I talked about that before. As Yah did from his. Let us labor therefore to enter into that rest, lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief. For the word of Yah is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even the dividing asunder of soul and spirit. Woo. And of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. Neither is there any creature that is not manifested in his sight, but all things are naked and open unto the eyes of him whom we have to do. Seeing then that we have a great high priest that is passed into the heavens, Yeshua, the Son of Yah. Oh, I love this book. Let us hold fast our profession, for we have not an high priest which cannot be touched with the feelings of our infirmities, but was in all points tempted as we are, yet without sin. Let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in a time of need. That is for, baby. I struggle, I struggle with this. So I've been reading it and studying it in my other Bible, but when I came down here, this one was here, so that's what I read from. But it shows you just the love of the Father, that He sent His Son to die for us, so that we may have fellowship with Him. But what stood out to me in this chapter was entering into His rest. I hear so many, well, not so many. I really only hear Joseph Prince preach on entering into His rest. He focused on that a lot because he just want to know. He want when he's talking, he's letting you know, when you enter into His rest, you getting everything you need. You getting, protection, love, joy, peace when you enter into His rest. But when you try to do things on your own efforts, your own works, you get depleted, you get tired, and it's dead works, But I just wrote some things as I was at work. I got to go back. This little lunch went so fast, but I got to go back. So I put Word of God plus faith, because that's what stood out to me. In the beginning, he was saying, they heard it, they got the word, but they didn't have faith. They didn't have belief. They had unbelief. So people can read the Word of God, but they got to have that faith to believe that this word is true, that faith to believe that the same God that delivered them out of bondage, to deliver them out of the wilderness, is the same God that would deliver us out of anything that we're going through. But without faith, it is impossible to please Him. For those that come to God must believe that He is, and that He is a rewarder of them who diligently seek Him. So you got to have that faith to please God. And I just put, most people come short of entering into His rest because they read the word without faith. So there's no profit from the word being preached, because the word was not mixed with faith. That's what the Bible I was reading said, that the word of God was not mixed with faith. So it takes both. You're reading the word and having that faith as well of them that heard it. And then I also wrote, believe the word, enter into His rest. The works were finished from the foundation. That's what the Word of God says, and that says that in both Bibles. The works were finished. Jesus said at the cross, it is finished. We do good works because He's in us, and He's doing that work, but we not doing that work. That's Him. And people take credit for it, because I know it feel good. He's used me several times, and I'm like, I know that wasn't me. And I give all the glory to Him, Unbelief, you don't enter into His rest when you don't believe. You believe the doctors more than you believe Him. You believe what man says over Him. People look to the astrologers, stars. They look to what they can see. They can't see God, so it's hard for people to come and say, I believe in you. But where the stars come from, where the sun come from, where the moon come from, where you come from. You come from the Creator. Whew. So it says, cease from your works. Labor to enter into His rest. Man, He was tempted without sin, and He overcame. He overcame everything, And so that's how I was reading Hebrews 4. I'm going to finish it all up this week, the whole book of Hebrews. Go ahead and read along. I'm probably going to come back on here Saturday and talk some more about it once I finish and complete studying it again. But I just want to get on here and say hey, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. I hope you have a blessed week. Be safe. I love you.